After months of rumors, it's finally here, the all-new Hyundai Kona electric. This is an electric crossover. It actually really is the first affordable electric crossover available in the United States. Even though our invitation to see the gasoline-powered Kona seems to have gotten lost in the mail, I have to say that the Kona Electric is one of the more interesting cars that I saw at the New York Auto Show. Basically, what Hyundai did here was they took their brand new subcompact crossover, designed to compete with the HR-V, CHR, Chevy Trax, etc., and then they made an electric version without losing any of the regular Kona's practicality, and I really have been impressed by that. With 250 miles of range, the Kona actually passes the Chevy Bolt in terms of overall range and the currently produced Tesla Model 3. That's because its battery is notably larger than the Tesla Model 3 and a little bit bigger than the Chevy Bolt. The Kona Electric also bests Hyundai's other electric vehicle, the Ioniq Electric, by a whopping 140 miles of range. That is a pretty big difference. Hyundai also gave it an unexpected amount of oomph, with 201 horsepower and 291 pound-feet of torque. So this could well be the fastest Kona on sale in America when it arrives later this year. Hyundai is estimating that overall energy efficiency should pop in right around 117 mpge, which is higher than the Nissan Leaf, and of course higher than the Model 3, which is more of a performance-focused EV. Unlike Nissan's Leaf, which uses a passive cooling system for its battery pack, the Kona actually uses a liquid cooling system, more like what we see in the Chevy Bolt. So long-term battery life is likely to be more along the lines of the Chevy Bolt than what we've seen in the Nissan Leaf, if that's something that you're worried about. Inside, the Kona wears Hyundai's latest interior design language with an available large LCD infotainment system mounted right on the dashboard. There's also a heads-up display reminiscent of the pop-up systems that we see in Mini and Mazda cars. Instead of projecting the image on the windscreen, it actually projects it on that small pop-up sheet of plastic that you see right in front of the steering wheel. Interior room is not too surprisingly almost identical to the Chevy Bolt, which of course really isn't that far off a Ford Escape or a RAV4 either. Personally, I found the seats more comfortable than what we find in the Bolt, but the big difference between vehicles like the Kona Electric and the Chevy Bolt versus the average compact crossover in America really will be the cargo area in the back, not necessarily the overall seat comfort or legroom or headroom. Charging happens via an onboard 7.2 kilowatt charger, which is faster than what we see in the Ioniq and actually most of the entry-level EVs in the US, and there's a DC fast charge port that works with the new SAE 100 kilowatt standard. Now keep in mind that most of the SAE combined charge ports that you'll find in America don't yet support that faster standard. So when you take a look at the Kona's advertised fast charge rate, know that many of those stations won't charge quite that quickly. However, it's still definitely faster than charging using the 7.2 kilowatt charger and level 2. To the side and below of the charging connector, we actually find the headlamps for the Kona. Let me know what you think about this design theme down there in the comment section below. The front end reminds me a little bit of the last generation Jeep Cherokee, where they actually had the headlights sort of in the middle of the front end, they had some accent lights on top, and then fog lights down at the very bottom. Something very similar is going on with the overall look on the front of the Kona, although I think this is executed better than that Cherokee. Let me know what you think about that, obviously down there in the comment section below. We don't know exactly what the Kona will be like to drive out on the road or how much it will cost yet, but Hyundai has said that it will be sold only in California to start. And then after that, it will be followed by sales in other states that follow California's emission standards. Hyundai has not said when it will be sold in the rest of the United States, but one might assume that it will happen eventually.